The Author Advocate Award recognizes individuals and organizations that have done so much work behind the scenes to promote and support the craft of writing and the lives of writers. This year, the Colorado Authors League Author Advocate Award is being given to two women who've actively served and supported the Colorado writing community for years through their work at Colorado Humanities and Center for the Book. Margaret Koval is the Executive Director of Colorado Humanities and a longtime supporter of Colorado literary programs. Josephine Jones has been the Director of Programs for Colorado Humanities and Center for the Book since 2006.
I started with Colorado Humanities in 1982, and I began as an intern. I was actually in graduate school at the University of Denver for librarianship, and pretty early on saw the intersection between books and libraries and the bigger world of the humanities. So I started as an intern, and not long after that became a grants officer. Colorado Humanities in its early days was primarily a granting organization, and I wore a lot of hats along the way, eventually becoming executive director in 1997.
In Idaho, before I moved to Colorado, I was an independent scholar, nonfiction writer working for Idaho Humanities Council, serving on their Speakers Bureau. I collaborated with artists as a performance poet and brought literary presentations. I served as a Book Fest director there, and I was also a visiting writer for their Writers in the Schools program.
Margaret and Josephine have been a powerful presence in the Colorado Center for the Book, helping to build programs to encourage a love of reading among people of all ages.
The Colorado Center for the Book started, I think, in 1987 under the auspices of the Colorado State Library, and it's an affiliate of the Center for the Book in the Library of Congress. So everything that Colorado Humanities does is in partnership with other organizations, and we were invited to partner with the Center for the Book on the Rocky Mountain Book Festival, and I think that started in 1993. And gradually, through years of working with Rocky Mountain Book Festival, first as a provider of programs of historical authors, we brought authors to life like Whitman and Stein and Dorothy Parker and Harriet Beecher Stowe and Twain and others. We eventually brought panels of authors together on different topics in the humanities, and I think we even had some films. In 1998, thereabouts, we decided two areas would be pursued by Colorado Humanities: history through the living history format of Chautauqua, as we call it, and literary programs. Although at the time we weren't sure what all that included, it did include, to begin with, Mother Read, Father Read Colorado, a family literacy program.
Well, in 2006, when I was introduced at the Colorado Book Awards, I said, my task is to combine Colorado Humanities' living history focus with the literary community. Bringing these two together was natural for me because as a nonfiction writer and an independent scholar in history, and as a literary poet, I could get behind both of those. I like to talk about a pyramid of literacy, and before we merged with Colorado Center for the Book, started Mother Read, Father Read Colorado, which builds just foundation skills for parents to read and share stories with their children and talk about the issues in the stories in their lives. And this is a literacy program that relates literature to life. Above that, we have our Writers in the Schools program, which enables students to be creative writers, and they're published in anthologies that look like these books on the shelf. And it gives them that connection again from their lives to literature. Student Literary Awards in River of Words and Letters About Literature promote excellence in student work and connect us to national programs through the Library of Congress. And of course, what I consider to be the top of that pyramid is the Colorado Book Awards, where we get to recognize the amazing writing and book creators in the state of Colorado.
Maggie was instrumental in incorporating the Colorado Center for the Book and the Colorado Book Awards as a program of the Colorado Humanities and has been there through much of the history of its development.
In 2003, we also had the opportunity to consider whether Colorado Humanities was in a position to help further the important work of Colorado Center for the Book. And eventually we came to the decision to merge the two organizations, and Colorado Center for the Book became a program department of Colorado Humanities.
Josephine enhanced the new partnership.
When we started the Colorado Book Awards, when I first came, I saw that we were bringing in guests rather than featuring the finalists and the winners. And so I moved to have short readings by the winners be part of the Colorado Book Awards rather than a musical event or some other presentation. I'm happy to report that we've had a 20% growth in participation in the Colorado Book Awards, largely due to the outreach efforts of coordinators over the years, but also it tells me the book community is becoming more aware of the Book Awards and engaged with us. I want to continue that. I want to continue bringing writers and readers together.
Colorado authors know firsthand the value of the work done by Maggie, Koval, and Josephine Jones through Colorado Humanities and Center for the Book, and through Mother Read, Father Read Colorado.
I'm really pleased to help celebrate Maggie and Josephine for their great work, particularly for the center of the book, that all-important key to education at any level, but especially for our young people, to learn the love of reading, writing, communicating, and celebrating this great land we live in.
Maggie and Josephine, you are our Colorado Authors Champions. As a two-time recipient of the Colorado Book Award, I know firsthand how valuable such programs are, not only as a way of receiving recognition, but also as a way of connecting us authors to one another, to our readers, and to all those aspiring young authors in our schools. Your leadership of the Colorado Humanities and Center for the Book helps us all to celebrate the power of literature in our lives, which is why we're here tonight.
Colorado Authors League is honored to honor Maggie, Koval, and Josephine Jones. At Colorado Humanities and Center for the Book, these women provide programming crucial to building readers, building writers, and promoting Colorado authors. Through the Colorado Book Awards, they celebrate the accomplishments of Colorado's outstanding authors, editors, illustrators, and photographers. As our way of saying thank you, Colorado Authors League is proud to present them with the Colorado Authors League Author Advocate Award.